Hi, so I thought since there's a debate tonight and we're going into Friday, I would do a reading, just pull some cards and keep it pretty short. This is a deck I haven't used in forever. It's a Pixie something or other. I don't know. So let's just start here and see a card. The Hierophant. Looks pretty intimidating. Looks like Tree of Life. They're all reading a book. The roots are holding this book up, and they're all gathered around. She looks like, or the tree looks like it's doing some sort of, I don't know, like dance. Um, Almost looks like it has a peacock on its head. It's an eye with a bunch of stars, actually. And it's providing shade for all the little animals below. There's a centaur I see on the far over here. Hierophant, though, is about this. It's gathering, kind of like a debate tonight. Just knocked into my Diet Coke. Let's see. How is the debate going to go? Two swords. Between the two, it's kind of like peace. There's going to be some sort of, they're both doing this. Probably having to do with the moderator needing to keep the peace. Justice, too, I think of, too. And she is blindfolded. Almost to say that justice is blind. And her dress also looks like it's turning into the ground and there's faces in it and it's a little bit scary. There's a lot of, I don't know if all the cards are like this because I've literally used this once. There's a lot of darkness that surrounds them. They have this like oval shape almost in the background. Both, especially this one, looks a little bit more protective, almost like she's listening, which makes me think of like your senses, switching out your senses for, you know, if you're blind and having to feel around in the dark for something. It can also mean both. The Two of Swords. Ace of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles is usually someone like moderator or manager or someone in between to giving out something or other. And one in typical imagery is dressed in yellow, one is in blue. And so there is a difference, I think, of like more expressive versus more emotional, and where you give your attention to. Are you giving more to your expressive side versus your emotions? Are you paying attention to how you feel? It can be just like giving both a chance, giving both a fair chance, and also giving something more to those in need. It makes me think of the Vogue video that I put up where she has a shoe and a flower coming out of it. Giving your own personal touch to something. And where it split was the Ace of Pentacles. And she too is like, well, she's blowing a horn here. And all these like stars and hearts and moons are coming out of it. Usually she's dropping coins here in the Six of Pentacles. So it's giving something of yourself that you value, or receiving it. Pentacles is something material, so it probably has to do with money and where your funds are going and things like that. Or it could just be giving something and receiving something. Her dress has, like, reminds me of Dior. It has sun and moon and all these, one of their collections. Dogs are going crazy. Her hat. There's just a lot to look at. Yeah, see, so like she's giving more to this, she's paying more attention here to rather than this. So it's just like where you're giving attention to, and just a split, a fair split. So yeah, maybe expect to receive a little bit of advice or tidbit to take, and to be aware of. Um, When I see 126, I think of rising sign. So it's also about how you're coming off, I think, too. And just being aware of that, I guess I keep going back to that. Strength, I just picked up, and strength can be switched with justice. So here it looks, you can really see how she is trying to tame the lion, trying to tame the instincts, having a little bit of restraint and holding back a little bit from biting her. Okay, let's pull from the Crystal Grid Oracle. Let me shuffle these really quick. Try doing it this way. And they're so slippery. Maybe it's like a don't slip kind of thing. Spirit guides, number 2 again. We got the 2 of swords and pieces on the bottom. There we go. 16. So that worked out. I'll read 2, maybe 16, depending on how long these are. Almost reminds me of like a compass or something like that with the 2 overlapping triangles. Okay, this says spirit guides, communication, direction, celestite, quartz, and optical calcite. Your guides are communicating with you now. Celestite helps you work with your higher chakras to enable you to communicate with your spirit guides. It brings calm and direction when you are in need. Your guides are always there no matter what circumstances, and they are here to help you now. If ever we ask for help, it is always given. You also need to listen to hear their answers. Spirit sends messages in many ways. They can be subtle, just like the subtle color of the stone. Discover how Spirit communicates with you. Do you hear things? Do you just know things? You may see or smell certain things, or just receive messages with words in your head. It is different for everyone, but the important thing for you is to trust in what you receive and how you receive it. I think this whole thing, on some level, or as one level of all this, has been a way to both, see if I'm right about the things that I intuit and to track those things. Otherwise, it's just, there's no way that, you can really, got really muggy out all of a sudden. There's no way that you can A, prove it to yourself, and B, prove it to anyone else, you know? So keeping track of these things is a really good idea. In order for you to receive any information or help, you must also be open to receive. Take notice of whether you don't like to accept help when offered from people. Are you the kind of person who tends to just push through alone and never let on that you are in need of help? Are you skeptical of anything? How do you take a compliment? This may be an indication that you are not open to receive. Many people are good at giving, but not receiving. Hey, if you are the type to always give of yourself but feel drained a lot by all your efforts, it may be time for you to open yourself to receiving. How do you do this? Say the affirmation until you firmly believe it. I am open to receiving. Allow yourself to receive from others. Allow the help that you ask for to be given to you. Spirit has much wisdom if we only allow ourselves to receive. Celestite, very celestial. So I think peace kind of speaks for itself, so I'll make sure that this records and end that there at 11:08. Have a great Friday.